Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. TJ here for your 2 p.m. stretch break. So let's get started. All you will need for today is just a mat. So we're just going to take a seat and we're going to get into a butterfly position. And you could try to do your butterfly the best that you can, especially if you're wearing, pants that don't have flexibility, but just having the bottoms of your feet are touching and your knees are bent and just kind of going out to the side. If you have the flexibility, you could always draw your knees closer. Otherwise, if you feel like you're kind of limited by the pant, the fabric of your pants, you could just have your feet farther away, from you, and then just lean into it. And just feeling the stretch through the inner thigh. Excellent. All right, so let's extend one foot out. So I've got my right leg, and then I'm just going to keep that other leg or that left leg bent. And we're just going to reach for the right toe or the right ankle or the right calf. So the calf, if you feel like your flexibility may feel slightly limited, versus if you could reach a little farther towards your ankle, you could always do that. Feeling that stretch in the back of your legs, within your hamstrings, maybe a little bit within your obliques. Since we are kind of reaching more towards the right side, you should be feeling that through the left side of your lower back. All right, let's switch. So I'm now going to extend my right leg and my left leg. Getting all sorts of confused today on my body. My right versus my left. All right, so reaching for either the left ankle or the left calf. And again, feeling that stretch through the back of the left leg, but then again, feeling it through the right side of your low back. Just holding that stretch. Nice job. All right, so let's turn onto our side. You can always do this standing if you prefer. I want you to grab the top of your foot and we're going to stretch out that quad. So it's just that top leg is bent. You're grabbing the top of your foot, feeling that stretch through the front of your upper leg. And so still doing that stretch, I want you to push your knee a little bit farther back so that way you feel that stretch through the hip flexor or where that bend is in your hip. So if you're sitting, that's the muscle that I want you to be stretching out. Again, just that knee goes back, just feeling that stretch. Don't overdo it. All right, so let's switch into the other leg. You could do it lying down, but I'll just show you standing up just so you can see for the sake of modifications, or if you have to change how you're doing something, just grab the top of your right foot. Knee is pointing straight down. And again, just feeling that through the right upper part of your leg, through the front. And again, the knee is just pointing straight down. And now I want you to take your knee and I want you to push it back just a little bit. So if you saw my knee move backwards, it's now feeling that stretch through that right hip flexor. Again, that part that bends when we're sitting. So it's right there in the crease of your hip. And if you are standing, you may have to hold on to something for balance. All right. So I'm going to go back down onto the ground. And now let's work on our chest stretch, right? So just like you're sunbathing, I want you to have your hands behind you. And I want you to kind of push your chest forward and just kind of almost like head back. Just imagining the warmth from the sun. And maybe if you're me, you want to hear beach-like sounds and you want to hear the seagulls. A good wish, I guess. All right. So I want you to go onto your knees just because it's easier that way. All right. So we're going to reach with our left arm over to our right side. And feeling that stretch right underneath our left shoulder, a little bit into the left side. And if you have to use your right hand to hang on to a floor, or if you have a chair, maybe something a little higher. All right, let's reach right. The right arm going left. And again, feeling that stretch right underneath the right shoulder into the right side. Nice job, everyone. Keep it up. All right, so we're going to do something a little different today. I'll slightly turn just so you can see. All right, so still kneeling, fairly simple. I just want you to kind of reach your left arm across your body, and I want you to kind of like you're grabbing your right hip, and I want you to twist. And just be careful how far you twist. You're going to feel the stretch through the right side, and then through the back side of your left side, you're going to feel that stretch as well. So back to that left glute. Just as long as you're relaxed. All right, so I'll turn the other direction so you can see what I'm doing. So right arm is reaching across the left side, and pretty much it's like you're kind of grabbing your hip and you're like just kind of twisting it clockwise while you're turning your upper body counterclockwise. So imagine like you're wringing out a towel. And again, not pulling too hard. You want to feel the stretch, but you don't want to overdo it. Nice job. All right. Okay. So let's reach our arm across our body. So I'm reaching my left arm across my body. And again, I'm just showing you kneeling, just easy transition that way. Or less of a transition than standing, but left arm across the body, right hand is grabbing the left. I'm keeping that shoulder down. It's not up in my ear. So try to imagine that you're not holding your cell phone, where it's like your ear is touching your left shoulder. Now let's go to the right arm, reaching across. The left hand is grabbing the right. And again, keeping that right shoulder down and making sure that it's not raising up towards our ear like we're trying to talk on the phone. Never a comfortable feeling, at least not for me. Excellent job. All right, so left hand, palm out. All right, right hand is going to grab that left palm with the arm straight, just stretching out through the bicep, through the forearm or the lower part of our arm, a little bit into the wrist. Excellent job. All right, so now right palm out, Your left hand is grabbing that right palm with the arm straight. Nice job. All right, so let's do a tricep stretch, which is with the back of the arm. So left hand patting your back like you did something awesome today. I want you to take your right hand, grabbing your left elbow. And just feeling that stretch through the back of your arm. Nice job. Let's go. So right hand on your back, patting yourself on the back. And then grab your left hand will grab your right elbow, stretching out the back of the right tricep or the back of your right arm. Nice job. Excellent. All right, so let's do some neck stretches. All right, one of my favorites. All right, so taking your mouth, keeping it closed and looking towards the ceiling. So keep that mouth closed and try to push that lower jaw forward so you feel the stretch on the underside of your neck. Making sure you're breathing through your nose. So again, if we do a lot of like looking down at our phone, it's really stretching the muscles of the underside. All right, so let's go right here, down to the left shoulder. And we won't do anything with our hands this time. It's just left or right ear to right shoulder. Now let's go left ear to left shoulder. All right, so now let's go chin over to the right side. So chin looking over your right shoulder. Now, before we do the left, I want you to take your right chin. I want you to look up. And I want you to look down. And let's do one more. Look back up. And look back down. All right, bring your head back to center. All right, so now chin is going to go to your left side. Just holding it there. So if you remember what we did with our right, I want you to now look up. Still keeping your chin, looking over your shoulder, and now I want you to look down. So just really feeling that stretch, especially on that right side of the neck, next to your ear, look up. Again, try to keep your chin over your shoulder and look down. All right. Okay, so a couple more stretches. I know we're slightly over on time. All right, so taking your chin, bringing it to your chest. Use either hand if you prefer, and just gently pull on the back of your head. So that way you feel that stretch in the back of your neck. Again, be very gentle. We're not pulling too hard. We just want to feel it a little bit. All right. So one last and final stretch, which we will do standing, is I want you to give yourself a great big hug. One of my other favorite stretches. And I want you to roll your spine like you think like a slinky. And I want you to slowly reach or go down like you're reaching for your toes. Feeling that stretch, traveling down your spine. I want you to release your hands and reach for your toes or reach however far down you can. And your back is still rounded and it's okay. We're stretching between the little vertebrae in the spine. All right, so give yourself a great big hug. And now I want you to slowly roll back up, one vertebrae at a time. Just feeling that stretch, traveling up your back. Give me 3 small shoulder rolls. And you are done. All right, great job, everybody. So for tomorrow, actually, before I even go into tomorrow, there is no yoga sculpt for tonight, just because we had an emergency happen last minute. But for tomorrow, metabolic conditioning at 8:30 and then 12 p.m. express abs. Otherwise, have a great day.